I'm going to come out and introduce Dee, as if she needs introduction in this school. Dee's here been longer than all of us. More than 20 years here at Westfield, and 30 plus years as 35 years as an athletic trainer, as a student trainer, and later on, many international competitions. And of course, as many of you know, she was a trainer at the University of Miami when the University of Miami was really good, national championship good. If you don't know Dee, you're either the healthiest athlete in the school or you're doing it wrong. One of those two things. If you don't know Dee, you should get to know Dee, not just because of her ability to help you with your injuries, issues, aches, and pains, but also because she knows a lot about sport, and she's a good person to go to. Not just the physical side of sport, but also the mental side of sport. So, without further introduction, Dee Mahoney.
I am so much better one-on-one, and I'm not used to doing stuff with slides, but I'm going to give it a shot today. When Miracle said he was having this week again, I said, let me be on your schedule. Let me talk about mindfulness. I try to talk about mindfulness a lot with kids one-on-one, but we're just going to talk about different things and situations that can help you be better athletes. What is mindfulness? It's a mental state achieved by focusing on one's awareness on the present moment. That's in your sport or your training. While calmly acknowledging and accepting your feelings, thoughts, and sensations. Okay? I don't know how many of you guys have that ability. Okay? Not many, because it's learned. It takes practice. But there are a few athletes in here that are gifted that have mindfulness every time they practice and every time they compete. Okay? Sport is 90% mental and 10% physical. All right? And we spend most of our time working on the physical aspect. Okay? But I challenge you guys, how much do you spend on the mental aspect to get better? And that's what a blessing is this week, for you guys to work on that aspect and get something from each speaker to be a little stronger between the ears for that competition. All right? Learning to be mindful through reflection, meditation, and even yoga. I know the swimmers are doing yoga this year, and they love it or hate it, but it does give you a time to be in tune with yourself. All right? It strengthens your mind-body connection, and that's one thing that is a must to be the best athlete possible. Okay? Mindfulness helps train the prefrontal lobe in your brain, and it's a part of the brain that creates calmness. All right? So I know a lot of kids that think about a competition or before the game. It's okay to have jitters and butterflies, but you can't let that take you into a negative state that hinders your performance. Negative thoughts causes a physical stress response. And I always think about those doctor shows that show that what happens, like a negative physical response is cortisol. It's a stress hormone. So I can just see it just as soon as the kid gets off, surging through the body. All right? And that paralyzes your body. That inhibits your muscles from doing what they're supposed to do. Okay? So being mindful is staying positive and believing in yourself and believing in your training and keeping negative thoughts at bay. They can come, but you have to know how to use them, see them, and put them aside, so to speak. Confidence. Mindful, confidence, focus. The biggest negative thing that you guys can do is compare yourself to others and believe that you're not good enough to compete. Okay? That is such a negative state. Comparing yourself to others is self-destructive. With all the social media that you guys have access, and never in my generation did I know who I was competing against, but as soon as I talk about somebody from another school, somebody's on their phone and saying, oh yeah, he's 12-0, or he's this, and he's the one that, and you guys know what your competition is, okay? And they know who you are. But always think about your training and preparing you for success. Because it doesn't matter if somebody's 12-0 or whatever the record is. That individual puts their shorts on the same way you do every day. You just prepare yourself for success and beat that guy. that day. We're all human. We all have good days and bad days. Prepare yourself for success. Don't let negative thoughts be a distraction. Stay positive. Stay positive in your mind. Believe that you can do whatever you need to do that day, that competition. Everything is possible. Don't think that somebody's better than you. Trust your training, right? Don't be in awe of your competition, okay? They're kids just like you guys. They go to a different school, okay? Trust your training. Trust your coaches. Prepare yourself for success. Switch your focus on what you can do to prepare yourself in preparation to the event, but on that day. And I'll say, I remember back in the day at Oregon State when I competed in softball, and we go down to play UCLA, the #1 team in the country, and they got the best pitcher and stuff. I didn't know what all their stats were. We didn't have phones back then. But the bottom line is, I looked at that and I said, dang, I'm not going to let her get me. I'm leading off. I'm going to show her who Oregon State is. I'm going to do everything I can in my power. And I'm going to get up there. I'm going to draw a walk. I'm going to foul it off. I'm going to get a hit. I'm going to show who we are. I'm not going to go in there defeated before I ever step in that box. I remember saying that as a college athlete. And I urge you all to believe that you guys can win and beat anybody on any given day. Prepare yourself. Stay positive between the ears. Switch your focus to controlling you. Do what you need to do, okay? When it comes down to competition, focus on you, what you can do to win. What have you done to prepare yourself to be successful? Get your focus off of everybody else and on you and build your confidence. And here I wanted to go to a video on Ben Wachtel, and he talks about mindfulness and his success as a high school champion and a collegiate swimmer.
Hi, my name is Ben Wachtel. I graduated from Westfield in 2008. I was a 4-time state champion in swimming. I'm in the Indiana High School Swimming Hall of Fame. And later I went on to swim at Purdue, where I was an NCAA All-American and an Olympic Trials qualifier. My senior year of high school, I slipped on the pool deck of the IHSAA state finals right before my first event in prelims, and I broke my right foot. I swam 3 events that evening, and I took a detour on my way home to see Dee, who wrapped my foot and gave me a walking cast. Then I got up in the morning and I won 2 state championships. So I'm going to talk about what made me able to respond to that sudden adversity. Because it would have been really easy to give into frustration and self-doubt, but because of the way I prepared, I was still able to perform. The first and most important thing for me, focusing on details in training. What does it mean to be a hard worker? Does it mean practicing to the point of physical exhaustion every day? I think that's part of it, but I think what's really most important is focusing on the details. Finding something you can get better at every single day. Having consistent dialogue with your coaches to see how you can continue to improve, and taking responsibility for this process. And that's really hard to do. As a swimmer, getting better at foot turns is no fun. Working on underwater kicking is no fun. But I know if I could improve the skills that were my weakest, I'd have an advantage over anyone I was competing with. That I'd have more speed and power closing out a race, and that I'd be confident no one could beat me. So in practice, my coaches put me in race situations where everything I was doing was built on competing. At the end of a set, when I was tired and broken down and ready to give up, I had to make myself imagine I was racing at stake. The stakes were at their highest, and if I faltered or failed, instead of fighting through it, then that would mean my season had ended without achieving my goals. Because I did that all year, when I hurt my foot, I knew even though I could hardly push off the wall, I had prepared better than everyone else. Think of your body as a machine. When it's time to perform, whether it's a regular season game or during your state tournament, there's nothing more you can do in that moment to prepare that machine. You have to trust in the training and preparation you've done before that point. It's all controlled right up here. Mental chatter can paralyze a great athlete, and fear of failure is not a powerful motivator. It makes you linger on insecurities and shatters your confidence. To me, the best way to combat that is actually quite simple. Do your best to do your best to do your best. You cannot be perfect every day. You cannot become great in one day. All that you can ask yourself after...
He asked himself every day after practice, did I prepare myself to win a state championship? And obviously he did. And I'll never forget that night he came to my house and was on my coffee table at 10 o'clock the night before. I don't think I said, dude, you broke your foot. I said, dude, you're foot is sore and it hurts, and we're going to do this, this, and this to get you through tomorrow. And he did win 2 state championships. Amazing. He prepared himself for success. I challenge you all to do the same, right? Confidence. This is something I use a lot with kids. When I see kids that are clamming up and getting nervous and I had a bad game or a bad day, remember when it was fun, when you were 4, 5, and 6 and you got a popsicle after practice, and it was fun, and it was easy, and you were playing, all right? The game hasn't changed. The intensity has grown. So have you. Play the game with love and passion like you did when you were a kid. That's what I say. Reflect back, say, wow, I remember when. Woo, smile. Oh, wow, that was awesome. That was great. That's what it should be when you're out on the field. It should be free-flowing fun, okay? Enjoy the competition. Anytime you feel tight, remember back when it was fun and it was game. Put a big smile on your face, calm your nerves, and get out there and compete, all right? Let's talk about emotions. Boy, we all have them. Biggest thing I like to say is emotions are game changers, either positively or negatively. Let's talk about anger. Boy, some of us can get really angry and really mad and get better at our performance. And other guys or girls can be really stupid. If they miss a shot, get really mad and go down and hack somebody because they're stupid and they're mad, right? Controlling your emotions is what is important, and staying within yourself, okay? Don't let emotions change your game. Body posture is another thing that I wanted to just say real quick. Don't ever walk into a competition all afraid, posture, you know? Stand up, be proud that you're a shamrock. You are prepared for success and you're going to come in here to compete. Body language is everything. Control your emotions. Stand up tall, be proud of who you are and how hard you've worked to earn a spot to compete. Okay? Let's talk about emotions too. They can be threats or opportunities. And how you choose to look at any situation can make or break your game. Okay? And that's just what Coach Pruitt was saying. Man, I gotta go to practice. Or, I gotta go to practice and get better today. Okay? How you look at it, it's either an opportunity or a threat. And that can change the way you prepare for success. Make a choice. Make a choice each and every day. How are you going to make this an opportunity, even when it sucks? How are you going to get better? How are you going to make an opportunity to make you better? How can you stay focused to up your game each and every practice? Pay attention to this detail, that detail. How are you going to get better in each and every day? And then, are you competing not to lose instead of to win? That's easy to do. We're afraid to make a mistake instead of trust your training and go out and make that play. Okay? So, what are you doing to prepare for that and make your choice? Do you, before a big game, are you visualizing like, wow, I'm going to break on that ball, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that? The night before, calming your nerves, talking yourself in, I'm going to do this and this, and instead of being afraid of that game, that championship game, or whatever game it be, I'm going to make it an opportunity for success. I'm going to turn it into a positive instead of a fear and a negative. Okay? Here's another individual I wanted you guys to hear from. Waverly Neer went here as a freshman, and she helped us win a cross-country state championship her freshman year. Then she moved on up to Culver, but she still holds the 1600 state record. And her senior year at Culver, I was at that meet. Man, I watched her win the 1600 and come back and win the 32 on a hot day, and that's not easy to do. She started her college career off at Columbia, and she has since transferred to the University of Oregon, which is a distance phenom school, and she's a 5-time All-American. And Waverly Neer was a shamrock, just like you.
Mindfulness can mean a lot of different things for different athletes. But at least for me, mindfulness is being focused on the present and having my brain tell my body to relax. I rely a lot on body language cues, like making sure my shoulders are relaxed, my breathing is full, and my posture is upright and strong. While I'm in practice, that becomes second nature for me when I'm racing. Also in practice, I try to only focus on the interval that I'm on and not think ahead to future reps when it may become harder to work out and run faster. This really helps me translate this into racing, where I try to only focus on the lap that I'm on and not focus ahead on future things that I can't control, like if I'll have enough energy for my final kick or what my competitors will do. I truly believe that the fiercest competitors are ones that can respond in the moment because they're totally zeroed in on what's going on around them in the present. So no matter if I'm racing or working out, I try to make sure that my mind is in the very second that it's in. That way that I can be my best self and my best athlete because my mind and body are unified.
She's a rock star, true competitor, true champion. Okay? We were blessed to have her for the 1 year. There are 3 components to mindfulness: awareness, acceptance, and action. And I'm going to just tell you an example of that. Kids that might get a little stressed and panicked before a competition and or running. I've seen kids have panic attacks. So you have to understand what you are feeling. That's in the moment. I'm struggling here. I can't breathe, etc. I understand it's happening. I have to accept. I can't not accept. I have to accept, okay, now what am I going to do about it? I'm going to change my breathing pattern. I'm going to relax my shoulders. I'm going to calm my soul to deal with things, okay? But in being mindfulness in any situation, there are 3 components: is being aware, accepting the situation, and your action. And that can take split seconds in certain competitions, okay? This stuff takes practice and understanding, and it comes with time, okay? The biggest thing about another thing for mindfulness is breathing. and breathing through your nose, or nostrils breathing, is so important. Breathing through your nose brings in less oxygen and it calms your nervous system, okay? I can't tell you, in all the years I've been here, I see kids coming, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, where's my inhaler? Well, the majority of kids that are on inhalers, and maybe this is a general statement, but by golly, a lot of kids I see that are on inhalers, they don't have athlete-induced asthma. They have panic attacks, and they can't breathe. They go to the doctor, I can't breathe. I just can't breathe. Well, yeah, because you're so nervous, you start hyperventilating, okay? So I'd like to teach you all to breathe through your nose, okay? It is calming, okay? And it is a learned practice. I'll say marathoning, I'll run for 3-4 hours. I don't breathe through my mouth, I breathe through my nose. Settle my brain. Control, forceful out through my diaphragm in my gut, okay? That is how I keep things controlled and comfortable, okay? If I'm out there running for 4 hours and I'm breathing all short and fast, I'll get lightheaded and pass out. I'll never get to the finish line, okay? Breathing slowly through your nose. You guys should practice it at bedtime. Calming, okay? In through your nose and out through your mouth, which would be the next slide. In through your nose, out through your mouth. When you feel a little excited, take big cleansing breaths and out real slow. And it's in for 1 and out for 2. So if I breathe in for 3 seconds, I'm going out for 6, okay? Calming your nervous system. You all laugh over there, Matthew, but it works. It works, I promise you.
No, he said
okay?
out for 5.
Learning to breathe is so important in athletic competition. Calming your soul. And I understand when you're out playing football and you're in a play, but when you come back to the huddle, calm yourself. Calm your soul for your next play. Okay? Be mindful. In the weight room, what can we do here at Westfield High School? Don't be like Matt. No, I'm just kidding, Matt. I love you, baby. But if we are not mindful, we can get hurt in there. Okay? We have to know what we're doing and how we're supposed to do it. We can't be jockeying around, talking to Johnny and throwing weights around. We're going to get hurt. Know what the movement pattern in that weight work is supposed to be strengthening and focus on those muscles. Be mindful every time you step in that weight room to get better, to prepare yourself for success. In the training rooms, don't be like Cameron on your phone. I can't tell you how many times kids come in doing rehab and they're on their phone. I'm doing my exercises. Well, yeah, I'm sure you're really mindful of what exercise you're supposed to do when you're on the damn phone. Drives me crazy, but that's your generation, everything here, okay? All I'm presenting is saying, please, take time to prepare yourself for success and know what you're doing. If you come in the training room and you're asking for help, by golly, don't have your phone when you're told what to do to help you, because you're wasting time, okay? and I'm just pulling Cameron's chain, but it's many of you. Many of you come in and fool around on your phone, okay? And that's not going to help you get better. It's not going to help you rehab. It's not going to help you return, okay? That's fine. Let's do that again. Hey, here's a great one too. Who's not being mindful in their in their warm-up? Somebody in red. That's a nice high knee exercise. Let's see it again. Look at that. We go through active warm-up, active cool-down for a purpose. And if you're just jacking around and not doing what you're supposed to do, look, I'm stretching my quads. Yeah, I'm doing a good job. I'm preparing for success. Oh my gosh. Coach, I'm so tired of saying it. Be mindful of everything you do to prepare yourself for success. When you step on a field, a practice playing field, prepare yourself for success. Take it seriously. Get better each and every day.